Good morning, Mr. Monty. Welcome back.
Good morning, Mr. Roy. Good to be back.
We
Good to be
are we are past the quarterly options expiration. That was last Friday. We are ending the quarter this week on just general books. So should be a fun week and a week before tariffs.
back.
Yay!
Actually, I saw a report last night where they were backing off the April 2nd tariffs and were focusing on reciprocal tariffs going forward.
Which is pretty bullish.
Yep.
Pretty bullish. I mean, if you got to remember what brought us down, it was tariffs. Whether that was to increase the inflation expectation or what, but that was the fear. So, and PMI just got released. So I'll look at those numbers real quick. I'll flip over to your screen if you want to show those. So PMI services 54.3, forecast is 51. Manufacturing 49, forecast was 51, 49.8, forecast was 51.7. And then composite PMI 53.5, forecast was 50.9. So that shows a little bit of health in the economy. Well,
Yeah,
manufacturing lower.
I'm looking at Bookmap. If we can break and hold 5,800, looks like we've got 58.10, 58.15 could be the level. So,
Okay.
and dude, I just swapped back. You see that? I swapped and swapped back, and now all my stuff's gone again.
Yeah, I have that on Top Step recently as well. I'm not thrilled about it.
Yeah, everything just lost. Everything's gone.
So you have that gap up. Nice gap up there. So
We dog.
so the top of our zone is what, 5790 ish.
I don't know where it went, Roy, because lost my zone. Yeah, it wasn't right there. This is not going to work. This is going to happen.
Yeah.
If you can't click inside of that and then come back and all your stuff's still there, that's not good.
No, it's not good at all. The 8 is right above that zone as well. So, and the 20-day moving average is 5793. Tesla's shaking its tail feather right now. Up 7%, 266.50.
Ooh, good.
Yeah.
Let me go fix all my EMAs. Go back. This is stupid.
Hell has frozen over here. AMD is 110, up 3.5%.
Wow. What is wrong with the world?
Yeah, what is going on? Market continues to push higher. That last candle was a little bit extra volume. Not surprised given the data. Market tide. I'm going to switch over to mine real quick. Show market tide. Market tide's pushing up higher. Calls are rising. Puts are dropping on general market. On SPY, same story. So you've got the same look on both. So again, you hold 5,800 and it did not. So maybe we come back, retest orb high of 57.97.50.
Possibly.
Or break down below that. You got 57.93.25 as your 20-day moving average, which is coinciding with the 8 right now. So that would be a good spot. DLT is under 90, 996. That would be a moment. Like, we just gone. Bitcoin up 1.6% at 87,000. Solana up 8% at 143.65. Gold basically flat. Had a little down tick, but flat. 3,028. Insanity. Palantir up 4.5%, 95. AMD 3.4. Let's go back up to the big boys. Mag 7. Apple's up 8.8%. Nvidia's up almost 2% at 120. Microsoft up 0.5%, 393. Google up 2%, 167. Amazon up 3%, 202 basically. Meta back over 600 at 622, up 4.3%. And the winner of the day right now is Tesla, 266, up 7.7%. Rapidly approaching its 50-day moving average at 270.91. So it did get near that orb high and bounce off this 5-minute candle. 10-minute chart is mighty bullish. All EMAs are pointing up, VWAP pointing up. So you just need a little bit of cool down and some support, and a trade can be made.
Yep.
Just got to be careful here, right? So we don't have any viewers, so I'll just talk to Monty. We got to see. Okay, we got to see if Trump pours cold water on this move, or does he let it go up, right? So that's always kind of the wild card.
Yeah, what's getting me is he didn't say anything really bearish over the weekend.
Yeah.
So he might be ready to let this thing run now. If that's the case, there's enough money off bonds to pay to cover the $7 trillion that has to be refinanced. Think about that out loud.
I know. I had some conspiracy theories flying around last night, and I thought, well, there's two approaches he's going to do here. He's either going to let this thing run up this week. That gives him the room, if he wants to go forward with the tariffs, that you drop from a higher, quote unquote, safer level. Maybe you just fall right back to where you were. Or you go pretty aggressive on the tariffs rhetoric this week to try and avoid actually implementing them. And maybe within those tariff deals is these countries buying some of the debt.
Yeah.
So interesting times. But I was researching just like what is active, like what tariffs are actually active right now, and what are pending on April 2nd. So we can get into that a little bit later when more peeps are watching. But this thing's holding 5,800 for now.
For now, it is.
For now. We only got 25 minutes in. Data out the way. You got Bostic speaking. What time's that dude speaking? Not till the afternoon, 1:45. So most likely you're going to get Bostic and Trump tweeting and speaking at the same time.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. Well, we could only be so lucky. But yeah, we had tournament basketball over the weekend.
We did. My boys won a few.
Yeah, boys looked really good last night. They didn't look very good in the first round. They looked really good in the second round. I like them. And Michigan State looked pretty rough. Now I don't know. I mean, New Mexico's a pretty good team. Maybe Patino is a pretty good coach, but
It won't even save. So when you go to rename it to save it, it's not even saving the layout. So I did do some research on X. I did not realize that X was its own platform. Like, I mean, I knew it was its own platform, but I did not know that they work with other prop. There's like a couple other prop firms they work with.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I'm holding 5,800. Let's look above. What do we got above us? Let's look for. I got a line 15,809.25. Not sure why, but it's a line. 50-day moving average 58.48. What's the SPY 200-day? Right on it. 572.38. We're at 572.95. If you do, I did fibs from the high. I tried to do to the high. I don't know if that hit it properly.
Hey, watch the VIX breaking 18 to the downside. If that happens, we might have a hellacious runner on our hands today.
Yeah, and Key's already up 1.8%.
Yeah.
Play this kind of zone, man. This fibs. Let's say you break the 200, you enter into the break above the 382. Could find support at 574. If it does that, could be on its way to fill the cup. $41 away from the all-time high. On the back of softer tariffs, that could happen.
Yep.
That could very well happen. That's why, you definitely look at that and say, man, a crash is coming, but bearish. But did it find its bottom? Options expirations out of the way. That was the big event that Jim Kaysen was talking about.
Yeah, I meant
rate
to
cut.
ask you about that because when my everything popped up today, I hadn't been on it forever. Somehow, I guess my market tide had updated, and it looked crazy. And I was going at it was OPEX Friday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
There was a huge option expiration.
Go to the 2 day back. Go back to the SPY and go to 2 day. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah. They grinded people to a pulp on Friday.
Yeah, not surprised.
Yeah. And then right at the end, they ramped it up. Almost went calls, but I didn't. I do have some Micron calls because they went from 109 to 94, and I was like, okay, I gotta grab Micron. Micron under 100, I like.
I used to play Micron back in the day.
Solid company, solid sector.
Yeah, you're right. If you wait for a good solid pullback on them, you can make some decent money with them.
Yeah, I mean it may take some time, it may take some heat, but as long as you give yourself time,
yeah,
it works out. I saw some. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you're good.
No, I was gonna say I saw some kind of pivoting, some chatter that ships are the new chips. So cargo shipping companies are looking to be pretty bullish moving forward, given all these potential trade war headlines.
Is it COVID all over again?
Could be.
Because if you remember correctly, ships became the thing.
Yeah. And then you short energy, right? Because I'll never forget that. That was one of the craziest days. I barely knew anything about futures back then. But could you imagine trading futures and then the oil going negative?
No.
Like, Did it kill my? No, my zone's still there. I like this 93 pullback if it can get there and hold some support. I don't know if it can get down there though. Yeah, one thing we haven't looked at in a long time is Dixie. 104.
Right,
I haven't even. Oh man, it got beaten, battered.
yeah.
Isn't that crazy? That looks a lot like the market.
Yeah.
The inverse indicator is no longer the inverse indicator. It's an ugly chart on VIX.
Indicator, unless you get in a recession, right?
Right.
Which I guess we'll could get our first signs if we get into a recession this week, right? With GDP.
Yep. Yep. Thursday's a big day. GDP. Can you believe we have jobs data next week?
Do what?
We have jobs data next week.
That's crazy.
And I think earnings are around the corner.
Yeah.
I mean, here we go again.
You don't get much of a break.
Oh. What's that? Head on a swivel.
One
You're
thing
a
I
wide
just
receiver running in routes in this market.
CBD's kind of been grinding backwards a little bit here.
Mm.
Got up to 5,700 or so. Now it's at back up to 37, 38. But it's not strong.
Yeah, these puts creeping up, back up toward that zero line. General market tides, just buy the dip and enjoy your life. But that's
Yeah.
And so now we're back under 5,800. So a little profit taken as expected when you're up 1.4% on a Monday.
Yep. For sure. 3,000 CBD now. 29. Oh, we'll see. We will see. Had a failed Ukrainian drone attack on a Russian gas canister field. It's always good. In Crimea. So Ukraine's attacking their own. So this is attacking their own land.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense, doesn't it? I had a weekend with friends. We were around some. I was around some very liberal people this weekend. Had
No wonder you're.
one heated conversation.
I could imagine.
Well, the great thing about these guys is they could actually have a conversation.
Right.
And I told each one, I was like, I respect you because most people can't have a conversation anymore. It's just, you don't agree with your own, I'm shutting up.
Right. Or like attack, right? Personal attacks.
And try to speak over you and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Start commenting about my, fondness for chairs or whatever.
Right.
So no, it's an interesting time. I think people you had that soda stuff. I mean, you probably didn't see all that because you were enjoying life. But the SNAP, Trump signed that executive order to basically ban soda purchases from SNAP holders, which not a bad thing. I think not a bad thing. If your initiative is to make America healthy again buying soda on food stamps. Probably not the best approach. So
Look, I worked at Frito-Lay, worked at PepsiCo.
Yeah.
And I never understood how you go buy junk food with food stamps.
Right.
That's just my personal opinion, but I just don't think it. And I work in the stores where I would see the SNAP benefits. I would see the abuse, right?
Yeah.
And you go in and you see a buggy, and it was slap full of soft drinks, junk food, potato chips. Like, I'm not saying maybe not ban all of it, but maybe have a limit on it.
Right. Again, if your initiative is to make people more healthy, then you have to take these steps to do that. But what happened was a lot of like right wing influencers started posting about how this is an overreach on the government's part and that you should allow freedom of choice and all that stuff, and that Trump has a Diet Coke button. How can he be this way? It was a very odd switch by some of these Twitter influencers. Well, it came out apparently that they got paid by uh, some of the soda companies to post this stuff out. And because a large portion of revenue for these companies, we had a bounce right off the 8 there. It did not give me the test I wanted yet.
I got an answer.
You got in. That was good. So that quickly became like a little bit of a division on the right side of, did you take money from the soda company or did you not take money from the soda company? There was a lot of accounts. It was that were basically saying the same message. So it was clearly a coordinated deal. And I can't remember the revenue numbers that Snap has on for Coke and Pepsi, but it's pretty high.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking, of course. So, interesting news story over the weekend. I found intriguing. A little bit of a bearish candle on the 10-minute. It is still got a minute left on the candle, but it is definitely getting a high probability of being an engulfing candle to the downside. However, puts are rising on both deals, so you could actually get all the way down to the top of our zone. We'll see. Well, the big section here is this 20-day moving average. I'm watching that. That's 93. Can hold that. I think it's an objective long scenario.
Yeah, it's right on. You got your anchored VWAP right there too, by the way. Right here on the side.
Really?
Yep. It's actually at 95 right here. We're testing now. Right here, we're testing now. CVD's come all the way back to 1200 right now. It's a big pullback.
We had a spike in puts.
Dude, that was a spike.
Got volume went red, but it looks like it's turning back green. Little trick here is I put the cursor at the bottom and it gives me a little green dot.
Yep.
So objectively, if you were playing a short, you could get a 5,800 test failure, but if it breaks above this candle, 5,804, get yourself a nice reversal, false candle on the short side. Battling 5,800.
Well, so far that was a very nice bounce off the anchor VWAP.
Yeah. I took one MES off of it. I didn't have a lot of confidence. I would have had more confidence if we would have actually tested the 220 at 93, but back above 5,800. Having one ES at a take profit of 300 is so obnoxious. Like 50 points, 60 points. I'm going to scroll up to bring it down.
Oh. I had a good bounce, but it just couldn't follow through the momentum back up all the way to the high day. So let's see if we can get back up there. But I'm not liking.
I don't like the wick.
I'm not loving it anymore. Well, I still got a lot of time on this candle, so who knows?
So I had an XFA down to $30. I don't know if you followed that on Discord. I had taken a payout and then it got wrecked. So I had XFA down to $30 on Wednesday night. That was awesome. Thursday traded it, made $200 on just one MES that day, just grinding it up, and then made 150 on Friday. So we're sitting here about $380 on the XFA. But it goes to show you the power of like compound, right? Like $30 2 days ago, I was dead, right? But
Yep.
just taking small wins on MES, I've built it up to almost $400. So
Right.
now all of a sudden, scale up. No, we'll just we'll build a little more buffer and see where we can go from there.
Yeah, just keep grinding, bro. Keep grinding.
Nice move up. Nice move up.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. We had so much time left in that candle, like it turned from bullish to bearish back to bullish pretty quick.
Yeah.
Reclaim 58. See what they do. Man, your call premiums are ripping now.
Yeah. Curl up. Push just straight up on SPY. So what that SPY tight. So what that shows us is you had the take profit move, but you had dip buyers showing up, wanting the first drop, ready to get in. So not to look too much into that, but that's what was going on. A nice bullish candle here on the 5 minute. You're getting in on the 10 minute forming. So if we flip over to the 5 minute, you can see this. Nice.
And the power of MES. I just got $300 in Take Profit Trader.
Bang bang.
That is my pro account, by the way.
Beautiful.
My 2 pro accounts, by the way. Copy trading.
Beautiful. Yeah, I busted my 2 pro accounts there. I was very upset about that. So I'm gonna just win this bracket challenge and then pay the big fee to get them back.
Yeah, the thing about Take Profit Trader, the first I had, you could go in and I took a couple payouts and I blew it, but this time around, I think I'm just going to just let it grind. Just do 5 to 10 MES at a time, no more, and then just let it keep going. And I know my fees are higher, but it gives me a little safer play trading instead of just trading one outright. I can enter 5, and if I see a good spot it comes back to me, I can enter 5 more, then adjust my stuff from there.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong with Take Profit Trader. So I did the promo, the no fee 30. You get the pro account, so you don't have to pay the pro fee. And there is no monthly payment on that, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And if you're on the 25, you can reset that pro account.
Yeah.
It just costs a lot of money to do it.
Yeah, it's like what, $400 or something, $450.
450, I think.
Yeah.
Excuse my voice and everything, guys. It's gonna take me about a week probably to get back normal. Got a lot going on here. Smoked too many cigs this weekend.
Well, you're having conversations with liberals, so
That. Yep. Everything was good until one guy was talking about Tesla, and he told me nobody knows Tesla stock better than me.
Oy.
And I'm like, well, bro, I got a couple $100,000 says I disagree with you. I'm talking about Tesla, so you might want to shut your mouth on this one.
Yeah.
And as soon as he said it, everybody's like, dude, you're dumb. You're dumb.
Yeah. The absolute phrases are never good, but they're especially not good when you're talking stocks with somebody who has lived, eat, and breathed it for
right. Well, he lost me when he said that he agreed that Elon should not get his pay package. That it was the Elon bros that pushed that through, and it's not fair to the stockholders.
No. Yeah.
You just lost all respect for me. I said the stockholders literally voted for it twice.
And say what you will about Elon and what have you, and the recent deals. Tesla is not Tesla without Elon.
Oh, he wanted to argue that fact too. Tesla is more than Elon. I was like, no, it's not. Not right now.
No, not right.
Eventually, could it be? Yes, but right now, no.
Yeah, if Tesla, I mean, if Elon decided to step away from the company in this climate, it probably gets a small boost up. But say that 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 1 year ago, it's back to, because it's still pretty overvalued given the revenues that it creates. But yeah, the hype machine of Elon is definitely at play there.
And then I had to argue the point where Elon's not a smart guy. I got one buddy who's pretty much down the road, probably sometimes leans a little liberal. It's fine. Look, your political beliefs are fine as long as you don't trample my beliefs with your beliefs, right?
Right.
I mean, I think it's one of the reasons this country is great. You can believe what you want to believe. But when he looked at me, he said, dude, you can't say that. The one thing you can say, because I was like, I said, you cannot be a billionaire and not be rich. I mean, not be smart.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, I mean, I said, there's different kinds of smarts.
Right.
You got some people that are smart and they know what and the smartest person in the room is going to be the guy that knows their weaknesses, and they bring people in that are actually good at that, and they listen to them. And that's what we agreed on. But to say that a person like Elon, who's the richest man in the world, is not smart. Like, have you looked at what Elon's done in his past? Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, he was giving money. I said, dude was broke. Dude was broke. Dude had nothing.
Yeah.
When that first, he had to use, a guy actually gave him a check for the first Tesla card that kept him out of bankruptcy. So we see what Tesla is today. That first check, dude waited 2 years to get his car. He's got VIN number 1 Tesla. So you can't do what you do, and you can't build stuff up from what you build stuff up from if you're not rich. I mean, if you're not smart. Smart people, like I said, smart might be, hey, I know how to hustle. I know how to do this. It's not book smarts, actually, but there's different kinds of smart.
Yeah. And, you can say that Elon is not a genius in this field or that field, or not an expert. Like, just because he's an expert or genius in one field doesn't necessarily translate he is on all fields, right? But to say just a blanket statement that he's not smart. It's just like that's personal, right? That's not
Absolutely.
backed by anything more than personal feelings. Because the
Absolutely.
facts just don't show that that's the case, regardless of how you feel about it. Tide is ripping.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave. I got my take prop here at $300. I did move my stop to $100 guaranteed on this trade. You can't. I hate it's not showing on the screen. That's really driving me crazy. I don't know what they updated, but
No, it's because you're on ES chart, brother.
oh shit, nothing I synced.
That should be synced, so you just got to change it. Yeah, sometimes it does that to me too.
Well, no wonder my stuff's wrong.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
I mean, that's the best feature of Top Step X. Does that?
Why did it? I had that set.
Yeah, it flipped you over.
And it took it. Look, when it came up, it took it away. Yeah. It's not there anymore. Ain't that something? I'm just glad I went in 5 ES over here. Of course, I would know because it's only $300. But good thing I didn't set an order on the chart when I was using Dime.
That would have been a nice surprise. What the hell?
I would have panicked with that first dip and been like, what are you doing? Let me grab a drink.
It's Monday.
Yes, Monday after I had a 4-day weekend, so that's really great. Everything is clicking.
So I've got this mystery line that I drew at 58.09. Let me see what this is, where this goes to.
Goes everywhere.
This can't be like way back here. We weren't around this stuff.
You would think CBD would rip back up, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's.
So I think it's at this stuff. So back in beginning of March, we had this drop, support, and then it broke down and retested it a bunch of times and then dropped more. So pretty good spot. Let's say it's a good spot.
Guaranteeing $200 in this trade. That's tight, but I don't want something to happen to come back and it gets me. So let's get our
one tweet. We are one tweet away from that happening, so you got to be careful.
Absolutely.
Protect, maintain. Sadie had a beautiful post yesterday, I think it was.
Sadie did?
Yeah, let me pull it up. It was actually that good to pull it up. Where are you, Sadie? Sadie! You make money by being good at being right. You keep money by being good at being wrong.
Absolutely. And Roy, we just took that 202.55 on that trade that took a long time to get there. We got there.
Were you stressed?
Nope.
Not at all.
So there's let's say $400 there, $700 here. We had a good day.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And you're copy trading.
Yeah, being smart with it too. So we get this count. This count's still new. We had it negative. We are back positive 380 on it now. And this other account, we never went positive. We're 1648 up on it now. So, and this one is payout eligible. I don't know. I'm gonna probably wait and just keep doing what I'm doing until Friday, or I don't know. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, today again, I'm all ears waiting on Trump to see, does he pour cold water on this thing or does he just let it ride. Um, my gut says he lets it ride. Last night I was feeling that he was going to be a little bit more uh, aggressive, but with that statement coming out that maybe they're backing off a bit. And who knows, right?
There you go.
Do you leak information to the New York Times so they look stupid? And you say that's not what's happening. Who knows? Who knows?
Look at Twitter and look at the news that the Fast News Market dude, FSMN.
Yeah.
What it says Hyundai
Mm-hmm.
To announce $20 billion investment.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're seeing more with the tariff stuff.
Yeah.
Which the people that sit there and slam him for doing this tariff stuff. I get to a point, and some of it is just purely political. Hey, I hate you. You're never going to be right. I'm going to talk bad about you all forever.
Mm-hmm.
If you can look at it objectively, right, and sit back and think, like, tariffs force some of these companies, like, hey, we want to continue to do business in America. We're going to have to put something in America so we can continue to do business in America. Because these tariffs will eventually be like, hey, the Hyundai is going to cost $100,000. Who's going to buy that? Right?
Right.
One of their things being affordable luxury. Is kind of their little market they're in. So, I don't know. I think you see more of this. Now, am I saying that? I'm not sitting there saying tariffs are the greatest thing ever, or threatening tariffs are the greatest thing ever, what he's doing. But I don't think you can say what he's doing. The people that are just dismissive, like, well, he don't know what he's doing. Like, obviously he does. Have you seen some of the stuff that's happening over the last few months just because of tariffs? They're avoiding tariffs. I mean, it's you got mixed feelings about it on some things, and
yeah, you got Meet Kevin actually did a pretty good video on this the other day. I happened to catch it, and he said you're gonna see a lot of companies coming out and doing the investment, 4-year investment into America. Mm-hmm. So what he's going to be interested in watching is, the first 2 years they always do planning, right? Planning stage. And are they really going to follow through with it? Because, Trump's gone in 4 years, whatever it may be. Are they kind of playing the game, if you will? Because he made an example of Enphase. He said Enphase did their solar panels in Romania because it was cheaper. Well, then the Inflation Reduction Act from Biden gave them all these benefits to manufacture here. So they said, okay, well, that's benefit. So they started the process of manufacturing in the U.S. Well, then Trump gets elected and he scraps the Inflation Reduction Act credits. So now they're thinking, are they going to go back to Romania to do the manufacturing? So, is this all kind of the game that all the companies are playing? Because if you're a company and you invest, let's say $20 billion like Hyundai just did into a factory here in the States, and then by the time that factory sees production and actually pushing things out, well, now tariffs have gone away and it's still cheaper to make it overseas. What do? You're at a competitive disadvantage. So before you put money, actual pay, you can do commitments, right? But when will there actually be like results? So that it's interesting to watch, and that's more of a long-term macro look of it. But you're definitely getting the good headline from Trump, which is we know historically Trump is very, very excited about positive news, positive headlines, but the meat of it, the bone of it, it's just, will it actually transform into jobs in America would be great. Dirty Harry.
Wish I could have been a fly on the wall for some of the conversation. Hey, I wish you could have been there. Not I wish you could have been there with them on them. They were. Ugh.
Yeah, put's rising a little bit.
Everybody's fair point. After the first night, nobody talked politics anymore the rest of the weekend.
That's funny.
I remember the funniest thing. One guy came up, and me and this guy, we were arguing, but it was like a civil argument. It wasn't anything stupid, right? And one of my buddies came up, and he said, "I'm just going to get talking to him. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of advice. If Monty says something, and he's arguing it, don't argue back because Monty's researching. He knows it. He's not going to argue a fact he could possibly right on. He's right if he's arguing. Just stop."
Yeah.
I'm like, guess that's good or bad.
That little line up there, 5809.50. Let's see. We shall see.
CBD came all the way back to 400.
There's a little purple line popping up out of the little peeking its head up. Well, we see that little guy.
Yeah, put him back. I don't want to see him.
What's your favorite guy? 57.27. Ooh, that's a long way down. 57.84.50 is VWAP. 57.93.25 is the 20-day moving average. 10-minute potential. Candle's a short side. Last time that happened, it ripped right in their face. But that was also anchored VWAP. What's anchored VWAP at?
Give me a second. It is at 97.50.
Okay. So now above the 20-day moving average, right around this little 8 ribbon I've got on 10-minute. Little curl up. That we're gonna remember that level, 5809.50.
Yeah.
Tide, your puts are pushing a little higher. Your calls are kind of a little dip.
Main thing, you look at that. You can see it ever so slight, a little slight dip in the volume there.
Yeah.
CBD has turned negative.
Ooh. Market playing Kesha?
Might see another move back up to your level you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be the one that pushes us down for the day. Of course, if we get up there and break through it, then, this is a moot point, right?
Yeah.
But, did make a higher high this last little, not last candle, but this last little trip up. So, the high day. So you could see what 94.50, around 94 would be a new low. So come down about 10 points to create a new lower low. So it's 97 on 5. It's back up to almost anchor VWAP is about 98 right now. 97.85 or so. Ever changing, ever changing. Yeah, I just looked over and saw that Discord thing where Sean Padula, our Ole Miss basketball guard, where AB tweeted him a certified cracker last night. You know, I saw a guy who's like, he was actually a real sports guy, Brad Logan. Harry, you might know him. I think he's from around Tupelo. He's from around Houston, but I think he works around Tupelo. And he said, "Well, I can officially say this is my first time I've actually quote tweeted a certified cracker in my career."
58:02:25.
And Harry, I actually pulled for your boys Friday. I was hoping your boys were going to win. Mississippi State, they got put out. Had a hell of a season though. But
I mean, what a gauntlet the SEC went through.
yeah, they kind of proved, first. I don't know what's happening here. First, for the tournament, first day of tournament, like, SEC's overrated. They won't have all these many people. These teams won't go through. Well, guess what? The SEC set the record for the most teams in the Sweet 16 with 7.
Yeah.
Almost 50%, or conference almost 50% of the field. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was impressed. Going back to your game, I mean, Iowa State was one of those teams that was very dangerous.
Yes.
Heading into the tournament. It was one of the ones that I considered pushing through.
A lot of people had them as a dark horse contender to win the championship.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I went with my heart more than my head, to be honest, when I picked Ole Miss to beat them. That worked out. So I'm looking at. Well, I was a believer in the SEC. I think, we touched on them a little bit while we were talking stream. I didn't follow college basketball too closely because my team was having a down year, as normally happens when your team has a down year. But I was really impressed with the SEC. And it just, every game I watched was pretty entertaining, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't say, like, your Tennessee, Kentucky games were fun. Your Tennessee, Alabama games were fun. I mean, it was just ultra competitive. Texas A&M had a string of close games. Florida just kept winning. That was like the surprise.
I think Florida and Auburn right now are the two picks to win it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
they're both solid.
I mean, Florida played pretty bad against UConn and still found a way to win that game. And pressure was mounting on them.
I didn't see anything of it. I thought it was really classless, and everybody's defending their coach. Well, I mean,
Hurley.
Yeah, I think it's.
Yeah, no, it was a
I don't like that guy. I don't like him at all. I can't stand him. He's cocky, and then when he loses, it's never their fault when he lost.
Yeah.
They win. I mean, I remember him saying, "I'm the best coach in college basketball." Period. He's words out of his mouth. Like, dude, you can't. I get being confident, but you're just being cocky at this point.
Yeah. I like your coach. I always liked him. Texas Tech.
I was telling somebody, and I was like, you might forget this, but before Beard had his issues at Texas, there was a lot of people that know basketball that thought, hey, he's top 5, could be top coach in the country.
Yeah.
Definitely top 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Well, he took a program at Ole Miss that was struggling.
Mm-hmm.
In year 2, we're in a Sweet 16.
Yeah.
And those boys play hard. They don't. When we got down 8-0, down 8, and I was doing that run, and he called that timeout, I was like, here we go. What we going, like a 28-2 run after that?
Yeah, yeah.
It was something stupid.
he knows how to get the most out of his team, and he did that at Texas Tech, right? Like they go to the Final Four or got close, Elite Eight, but they didn't win
When
the
is
Final Four. Is that
no,
Vanderbilt?
they played in Texas Tech. They played the
Yeah,
national championship game.
national championship. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Like you said, we took small runs together, but yeah, I mean he had an incredible run. Was that the Virginia year that Auburn got robbed?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, crazy thing about him is every Division One basketball team he's coached, year two has made the tournament, and I'm wanting to say they won their first round game every year two team he's had.
Wow.
And this goes
He's
back
a good
to
coach.
Arkansas, Central Arkansas, Pine Bluff. Which one was it? It was one of those weird Arkansas teams where he started, really. He does the right things. He pushes the right buttons, and he is he does a lot. Like after every game, like home game, they take a picture of somebody, find somebody in the crowd, and that's dressed up, that starts doing extra stuff, and that's the fan of the game. So you get free tickets to the next game with it. Like that's all him doing that. That's his idea to do things. He's made Ole Miss basketball, like our home environment now, is one of the best home environments in basketball because of what he's done to bring all the students in and do all that stuff. So I'm happy with it. I thought for sure we were going to lose them to Indiana, but we did not. So that's good.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are building a program that people want to stay at, and I think that's a tribute to the fans, but also, they're seeing success. So
One thing I heard about Beard, when he had that controversy with his girlfriend or whatever, nobody would touch him.
Yeah.
And people that know him said, "Hey, when we sign him, everybody's like, well, he's going to build his character up for a year or two, and he's going to leave." And people that actually know him was like, "No, he's one thing about him said he's very loyal, and he remembers the disrespect. And if you're one of the teams that looked over him before, he will not look at you again. You're done." So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I think he'll be there forever. No, I hope he stays there long enough to build us a good program, and we have a good coach in waiting that come in and take over, because eventually he'll leave. There's no doubt, but we can't. We're paying him very well, but you can't pay Kiffin $11 million a year and have a ton of money left over to play everybody else.
Right.
And not just Kiffin. I mean, we got a coordinator that makes $2 million a year. Think about that. Well, that might have been our little push up there, Roy. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's not a good looking candle forming. We still got about 20 seconds left on the 5-minute candle. Obviously, 5.
Are you in a long?
I'm in a short.
Oh, okay.
I took a short on that candle. I can on the 10-minute.
Gotcha.
So had a little pop up there, and I took it right about here at 58.04. So I'm battling. I'm just 2 MES. Crazy.
That last candle will look a little better than it should have again, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. There's some window dressing there. So if it pops above 58.08 or whatever, I'll probably just exit. Minimal loss.
Trump is speaking.
Oh, goodness.
The U.S. is putting secondary tariff on the country of Venezuela. Any country that buys oil or gas from Venezuela will pay a 25% tariff to the U.S. effective April 2nd.
Okay.
Don't know what Venezuela did to piss in his Cheerios, but they sure did. Oh.
Is that the gang stuff?
I don't know. That's going to take me a few days to figure out what's going on again.
This candle looks pretty good. Not good for me, but it's looking pretty bullish. Looking like it's doing another fake out. Maybe it's because he talked and he didn't. There was out Venezuela. Who cares?
I'm not seeing anything else come out real quick. CVD is negative 1100 though, just so you know.
Make it make sense, money.
I can't right now. You asking the wrong person on this one now. You got a bunch of orders sitting at 58.10. Ugh. Oh, you know when I was looking the other day, I forgot about this one. Well, there's here. Well, the numbers won't be the same because MES. They're going to be similar levels, but the numbers won't be the same. I'm looking at a book mount exactly because it's different orders. We're watching it. Pot is high. It's not a good.
Yeah, no, I'm screwed if it does that.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing it anywhere while we're getting this pot. To be honest with you.
You got put slightly curling down. You got volume with the tick up.
I went anti-U and got 250 there on Take Profit Trader long.
Looks like that worked out.
Yeah. That's why when I asked you as long, you're like, no, I'm short. And I'm like, oh, I'm in a long. And I've just been holding it for a while. It finally hit the Take Profit. Huge drop in those puts, right? I saw that, man.
Yeah.
Volume is absolutely ripping up, though.
Yeah, I think it was as simple as Trump's talking, oh, it's just Venezuela, we're good.
Could be. Hyundai, let's just love that. Good.
No, I'd say that one got me pretty good. I mean, look at the volume on the red, right? Superseded the previous candle, was the volume by volume or candle by candle to the downside. This volume coming in is less than the previous volume.
And that just shows you that, I mean, you can have the right move or the right setup, but you just got to make sure you keep your stops there. And that's what it is. Or I think I'm about done talking.
Yeah, we can call it. If you
we've
breaking out, testing my level now. Looks like it wants to boogie.
Let's do that. Harry, thanks for joining us. Anybody else, guys, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah.
Hopefully I have more of a voice. Today's been kind of struggling over here, but it's all good.
That's a bullish candle.
We'll work on. I get with Roy. We'll work on some. We got probably some new people that'll be following us that are very new to stock. So we might go through some. See if we can't make some videos or something to help you guys out with kind of what to look for and what not to do. I'm gonna tell you what to do, but we can definitely tell you what not to do.
That is a fact, Jack.
But other than that, guys, we appreciate you being back here. Thank y'all for keeping Roy company while I was out.
We had a good time.
Good deal, good deal. Well, guys, we will catch you guys tomorrow. Hopefully I have more of a voice and I can talk longer because right now my throat's hurting a little. I'm about done.
Get some rest. Appreciate you grinding it out with us.
Thank you, sir. This is my flu game, Jordan. I got today, and I'm done for the day. So thank you, guys. We appreciate it. We will catch you all in the morning.
All right. Bye, guys.